I roll straight
Spot, you
anyways.
wanna go ahead and roll?
Hang on, I didn't have my stuff.
For shame!
If you
For shame!
if you hold shift and double click on your token, that also automatically opens your sheet.
He's right.
Okay, thank you.
Shift double click.
I didn't know that. What the hell?
He's said this before.
When?
Back in the last campaign.
every so often.
The last Saturday campaign, that is. I've been using that.
I remember I get factory reset every time we start.
So you seem to remember all the hatred on the backwards hand Silas jokes, so that's...
Some things just can't be overwritten.
Oh, that's not the right attitude to have. Okay, so, to...
Oh, shit.
let's see. Wait, go here. To Reverend Admittance, all is well in the world. To Phoenix, you hear the sounds of conversation outside. To Piers and Storyteller and Lord Cross, you guys can tell it's Zero talking to Simon. And, well, Spectre wouldn't be a good Spectre if he didn't also hear that. Thresh as well, and I guess Seer, because he has a good perception, because it's his job, sort of look at the doorway and look at the captain.
It sounds like the opportunity to get him is dwindling.
Phoenix, bring Simon in.
Yes, sir.
You open up the door.
I'm on top of him now.
Not open up the door, but you open up the tent flap and see Simon is conversing, or being conversed at by Zero. Who, you guys don't usually see Zero's face, but you guys could make out his eyes and his upper facial expressions through his visor. It looks Zero, as always, is his jovial self. Ho ho ho, hee hee hee, very Santa Claus.
Walk up right behind Simon. She's not trying to be stealthy, but...
Oh, Phoenix. Is your talk with the captain done?
No, but we require Simon.
Oh, as do I. That is perfect timing. Let us all enter inside and have a talk about our new friend here. Roll me an insight check.
Yeah.
Let us all do some Frenchery.
I'm sorry.
It's interesting, when I do rougher sounding French, it slightly devolves into Russian. I don't know why, for me at least.
Interesting.
I don't know why. 15. Simon catches at the Azurian, but he's not phased about them particularly. I mean, you guys are super far away from, that's half of the fucking world right now, right? You, as Phoenix, know that there's an infamy to Zero. Right? He doesn't hang out with the rest of you. Him and his crew are in this very eerie sense of coordination. There's, albeit, there's a number of you that have an air of mischief and treachery about you. But Zero and his crew command a bit more. So Simon doesn't know that. Simon don't know that there's anything wrong here. He thinks this is... When Zero says friend...
Jolly fella.
Parentheses maliciously. Simon hears as friend, parentheses neutral.
I'm trying to think of how she would do this, but she doesn't loom over Simon, but it's more of like a... I guess it would be the same feeling I had earlier of stepping in front of him, being protective. Essentially trying to purposefully, as they're walking, interpose herself between the two.
Sit in front of him, puff your chest out. Leave him alone.
Trying to get through me. Ah!
leave him alone. Get out of my way. Okay.
And shoots you. So you and Simon, you interpose yourself between Simon and them, and the 6 of you enter back into the command tent, wherein immediately Zero stands at almost like a gatekeeper to the doorway out, and his 3 members of his cadre stand aside him. Captain Zero, is there a reason you're here? I don't recall asking for you. No, not at all. You don't need to ask for me. I had a question for you. Is that so? I was merely wondering about the future of our new friend here. Gestures at Simon. We were just discussing that. His jovial laugh echoes around. Perfect. Then let us discuss. I think he would be a shoo-in. That is the term, yes? He says, looking at Deuce, who nods. A shoo-in for our number. Those of you with more keener eyes see the captain squint his singular remaining eye.
like a centimeter.
Is that so? Yes. Yeah. Has a natural aptitude for our equipment and our talents. What equipment and talents are those? I'm so happy you asked that. Before Zero takes a deep inhale to tell him, the captain holds up a hand. Wait a second. It's not confirmed he's going with you yet. Oh, why not, Captain? As I said, he's a shoo-in. And it's not like we'll meet anyone else that we could recruit out here.
Maybe that's for the best, Zero.
Why would that be for the best, Lord Cross? We're all on the same side, and my effectiveness has quite the track record. He says, turning from his attention to the captain to the explicator.
Oh, clever. Do you trust your men, Zero?
Oh, absolutely.
Then you'd be a fucking fool to recruit this one to your numbers. Man fell out of the sky. You know precious little about him. We don't even know if he wants to stay here. And you want to add him and give him a number, just like that.
Just like that. As I said. A shoo-in. All of you roll me an insight check.
Okay.
He's really hammering home those shoes like a cobbler.
Yes, finally.
We traded.
Also, I double checked my passive perception because I was like, why did I do so bad on the? I mean, I know why. I just rolled bad on the perception earlier. Yeah, it's funny.
And then for Reverend, okay, very divisive. You guys might recall Scribe listed under Zero and his crew's notes that they move with a strange coordination. Insights like these, Zero's not lying in that he's sure that Simon will be loyal. He'll make sure.
Yeah.
It's not a question of trust. It's a question of enforcement. That being said, I'm gonna roll for Sam to see if he's picking that up too. No. Well, that's...
I don't know if there's anything I could do to help that.
Yeah, it's a disadvantage roll, so yeah.
I mean, I'd offer him a bardic. I don't know if I could give one.
It wouldn't save anything.
And then other to whispering to him, I don't think there's.
Yeah, it's like a subtlety kind of thing more than anything. But also, he rolled a 3, so like, who fucking cares?
That may be, Zero. But don't forget, we're also going to have difficulty recruiting out here. But my recruiting practices are much more exclusive, Captain. Whereas you, in theory, could pick up anyone out here if they demonstrate the right, he looks to you, Lord Cross, loyalty and aptitude. The captain thinks about it for a moment.
Is there any merit to arguing that, well, if you think about it, he founded the whole Red Revelry. He outranks you, Zero.
Yeah,
he's got his 10-year.
That is a very exclusive rationale, but not the craziest thing. So, I will say, before we get into it, I will say this is how it's going to go. The captain is going to roll against Zero's indomitable will. The captain has a plus 13. Zero's DC is 23.
Ooh.
So as of right now, it is a coin flip event whether or not the captain is successful. For every fair reason, keyword fair reason you guys give, the captain gets a +2 modifier.
+2. Okay.
So at the end of all this, that is the roll that happens. Now, as for what is the definition of fair, this is the Blood Mandate game, baby. Fair is subjective. So,
I don't know if I'd be able to throw a Bardic on that roll at the end.
It's a D20 ability check.
Nice.
Guidance to the captain, of course.
Yeah, obviously, yes.
As if that needs to be said.
Technically, it doesn't, but it's good that you do.
So, what was it that Lord Cross was about to say?
He turns to the captain and says, "If Simon is the Simon he claims to be, which all evidence points to, as well as our own opinions on the matter, then that makes him a founder of the Red Revelry, which we're all a part of." Glance over towards Zero. That should afford him certain privileges, shouldn't it? Like choosing where he's used, or at the very least advising you, Captain.
He thinks for a moment.
It shouldn't put him at the command of a tertiary force.
I would agree on that. So, Simon, if you had your say on this, as an officer, you catch the if part. He's not agreeing that Simon should just choose where he gets to go to undermine his command, but for the purposes of argument's sake, if you had a say on where you got to go, who would you rather join?
And Simon with his 3 insights, like, I mean, these guys are pretty cool. They got the same accent as me.
If I'm being honest, Captain, I've yet to ascertain either party to make an informed decision on the matter. Then we can take the time to educate you, Simon. Let's see, who's close? Storyteller and Phoenix, please roll me. An Arcana check? You can use your int or your charisma.
Phoenix, take a
My
part.
charisma is a +1. Oh, thank you.
You said Arcana. I will use int because
Arcana?
I'm smart. God, it meant nothing. It meant nothing
+1
if
to
I'm smart.
mine. Roll 1d6, right?
D8.
D8s.
Oh, we are D8s. Right.
You are suffering the same problem from the first Saturday game.
We flipped it and also reversed it.
Well, block.
Oh, come on.
What is that?
Plus 4.
13.
13. That's
I'm using my charisma for this. Sucks.
that's rough, buddy.
Um,
That's rough, buddy.
I'm gonna use inspiration to reroll mine.
Okay.
What?
Crash, I have a question for you that I have to message you.
If I let it reroll Phoenix's instead, would she be able to roll the Bardic again?
Sure.
Wait. No, it would kind of just come out to be close to similar if I just use my +4. I'll just keep it to mine to make it simple. Hey. Fucking damn it! It meant nothing!
No!
Have we had a long or short rest in this time? I can't remember.
A short rest, yes. Long rest, no.
Short rest. Gotcha. Short, that's long, that's long. Okay, perfect.
Well, every little bit counts.
So we're at 13 before, so +2 to 15.
Hold
It'll
on.
be
What was
9 + 1 is 10. 10 + 3 is 13. +2 is 15.
+1 for my charisma.
That's what I said.
I'm also
The 9.
guidance, don't I?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said 9, not 8. 9 + 1. The 9 comes from
okay.
8 +
Sorry.
1. Don't
Sorry.
countermath an agent. Get the fuck out of here.
I'm sorry! I just wasn't sure if you saw it!
But 15 is barely enough.
Whew.
Zero is not charming Simon, magically, but he is exuding influence on him. You can barely feel it off of Zero. So that doesn't make Simon like mind controlled or anything like that.
But it makes
But he's certainly more receptive.
He's mildly enthralled.
Yeah.
Enthralled is a bit strong.
Yeah, Enthralled is like really strong. It's more of a like I was gonna say Doctor Who, it's not Doctor Who, but there's like fuck, what was the show?
Dr. Pooh.
To those of you that have seen the Old Guardsman Party, it's like that one psyker who like is preternaturally lucky.
Oh, I
And like
fucking hate that guy.
everyone likes him. It's something like that, right? It's like this like natural charismatic influence. Not mind control, it's just tampering with the environment.
Then they turn off the ability, he punches himself in the face, he's like, what has happened to me?
Yeah, that shit was funny. That shit was funny. Anyways,
It was. Anyways.
so that's something you would catch, Phoenix.
I think she would, mostly because I'm not sure how else to kind of say this. She'll, as if she wasn't already, she'll try and like completely cover Simon from Zero's view if possible, and look at Zero and say, perhaps we should let Simon decide without any outside influence.
What outside influence?
What's the word that I'm trying to think of?
Again, you guys don't know much about Zero. This might just be something he naturally does. In the same way Paladins give off auras of protection, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or he's lying through his teeth right now. He is actively doing something about it.
Presence is the right word, but I'm not thinking of how to word it properly.
Persona! No, it's good.
Aura. This man has weird vibes.
Your Honor, this man has weird vibes. Get him out of my courtroom.
This man gives guilty vibes.
Go to
How
gear.
would she say this? She'll just stare at him. Can I try an insight to see if he's lying?
Sure.
I don't know how far I'll get with it, but I'll try.
Good luck.
20, easy.
Fucking hell!
God
He
damn
seems
it.
to be telling. He seems to be telling you the truth.
She doesn't answer then, she just stares.
Zero, I think what she's trying to say is you exude a certain presence about yourself that make people want to follow you around. I know it's definitely done that for me. I think we should just let him have some time to himself. Let him acclimate to 200 years later.
And who better to acclimate with than his own kin? Well, what?
Oh. But culture has changed a lot in 200 years, no doubt even in the slightest ways.
And I am eager to learn what it must have been like back then.
He's always this impossible.
But not all Azurians like other Azurians.
Oh, on that we all agree, Lord Cross. Why do you think we're out here?
Don't know.
Cobb
You've
puffs
never
out some
enlightened us.
smoke. All in due time, Lord Cross. But I think all members of the company like those secrets. And of course, they reveal such secrets to close confidants. Cobb puffs out. Lets out a puff of smoke.
Pop out here like I ain't got flesh in this game.
This is good. This is good.
Good man.
He's here for the ride.
I'm trying to think which side would Thresh help. He's such an asshole that he can
He's the
equally
captain whining this guy.
sabotage both sides.
So therefore, he should
Oh,
Switzerland it up and just send fuck yous to everyone afterwards.
He doesn't do anything right now. Good.
Yeah, because no matter
Which
which
side
side
does
he
he hate
helps,
more right now?
one side is going to be
That's what I'm
pissed
wondering.
afterwards.
He doesn't care about following. No, it's not that he doesn't care about following commands. He likes throwing shit at the captain, but he doesn't trust Zero. So he'll side with the captain.
Yes.
The question is, I just don't know how, like, what reasoning he has to toss into this. I'm as lost as you guys are. I'm a GM. I don't
Who's that,
necessarily
Thresh?
create solutions. I create problems always.
Is it Thresh you're talking about?
Yeah, Thresh.
You're telling me Thresh isn't the kind of guy to be like, I don't like this guy's vibes. Fuck this guy. I don't trust his ass.
Only when he can kill them.
Ooh.
Thresh is an assassin. He doesn't think he could take a straight up fight against Zero and his crew. So,
Yeah.
No good making enemies of them. And they know where you sleep.
which, yeah. Sir, thanks for a moment. Captain? What is it, sir? Honestly, not that I don't like you, Zero, because we're friends. He doesn't like finger guns at him, and Zero returns one back, like, hey.
Hey.
But, we haven't got a chance to, dig into Simon and have him hang around with us. Like, it hasn't even been, like, one whole night yet. So, before we toss him to anyone, no insight check necessary, before we toss him to Zero, can we at least hang out with him for a bit?
We didn't get to enjoy the birthday cake we got him. Yeah, not much at least.
Captain contemplates contemplatively.
Many things I'd like to talk to him about before he becomes as tight-lipped as 1, 2, and 3.
Zero chuckles to himself.
Give him a chance to prove himself.
I would like to see what his mettle is. And on that, I'm sure we're agreed, Zero. Oh, we are, Captain. But so we're agreed then.
Well, yes, I agree, but so we're agreed is what I heard.
Yes,
Captain!
Okay, I'm sending the roll in. I would say you guys have given two good reasons.
At
Or
least two.
one good reason and the rest combines into one good reason. So I'll give a +4.
Add a bardic.
Plus
Add a
4,
guidance.
plus 13, plus 1d4, plus a d8.
Random bullshit go.
Let me check something real fast.
It's a DC 23.
23, correct.
And he has a 13 plus a bunch of other things. So, like,
So statistically speaking, he should be fine.
numerically, it's an advantage.
Yeah, numerically. Let me just double check something real fast.
It wants to be one of those times where,
only-
like, the D20
only
rolls
for
low, but then
physical
all the mods, like, quadruple the
roll
score.
high. Dang, I thought there was something that fighters have that might apply to this, but remarkable athlete only applies to physical rolls, not
Not mental
persuasion rolls. Yeah.
But what if it did?